Demand management. Go to my.engage.gp and log into your account using your organisation's ODS code and your password. Select Login. Go to Engage Consult and Settings. And then on the side menu, select Demand Management. Here is where you can change your service hours for your practice, and you can change it for each day of the week, the start time and the finish time. The start time can be any time from midnight to when your practice opens, that's completely down to you, but the finish time should finish in enough time so you can deal with those requests. So you might want to finish it an hour earlier than what the practice close, just so you've got time to deal with those requests coming in. If you close on a particular day, you can select the box, delete out the text, and this will then show you as closed for that day. To set medical and admin request limits, you can do it for each day. You can have no limit, or you can pop in a limit. So for example, here we're saying that on a Monday we'll accept 5 medical requests and 2 admin requests. So when it then reaches that limit, it will stop patients from using the service. For example, if you only wanted to accept medical requests and not admin requests, you would set admin request limit to 0 for each and every day, and then that will mean patients are not allowed to send admin requests through. So it'll pop up a little message to say you've reached your quota for the day. Here you can choose whether embedded links override time and quantity limits. You can allow users to send requests outside of service hours. So if you've set your service hours 9 till 5 PM, they'll be able to submit a request outside of those hours, but they'll be told they will have to wait longer for a response. You can limit patients to selecting 1 condition per medical request. So for example, if they had a cough and a sore throat, they would only be able to input 1 of those symptoms, such as cough. You can also choose how to apply request limits, so you can choose if they apply just to patients, from other organisations, or from patients and other organisations. So you have the options there depending on what you've set as your service hours and your request limits. So that you can see now the service hours we have set and the medical request limits, so we're going to save the changes on that. Then we're going to select message to users from the side menu, and here you can go in and type what you want the message displayed to the patients would be. So for example, within service hours, you could change the message to say, we'll get back to you within a number of working hours. So you could say 4 working hours, for example, however long it will take you to respond. And then you can change the message outside of service hours. So you might then want to say, we won't be able to get back to you to the next working day, just so the patient knows when the response is going to be likely to come through, and then they won't try another way to contact you. You can also change the emails to users, so we can change it for email sent for an admin or medical request within service hours, for an admin request outside of service hours, and for a medical request outside of service hours. And once you've made the changes, ensure to save. So to show you how a patient would see these messages, we're going to go in there now and set the medical request limit to 0 and no limit on the admin request, and save the changes. We're going to go in as a patient and request help from the surgery. And when we select a medical problem, it gives us a little message to say if the limit's been reached, please call the surgery instead. And it tells them to seek help other ways if it is urgent. But as you can see, we can still submit an administrative query. So if I change the service hours, so I'm going to start it at 10:30, save the changes. I'm going to remove the limits on the medical request and put admin request to 0, and again save the changes. I'll go back in as a patient, request help from the surgery, and as you can see, these little warning symbols now come up. So when I click on show hours for the service, I can see it doesn't open till 10:30, and I'm trying to submit my request at 9:30. And it will just confirm that you are popping that request through out of service hours, so you won't get a response in the same day, and the patient has to accept that. But if we go in for an admin query, it will show that the limit has been reached, so we cannot submit an admin query at this time.